Hello students, welcome you all. My name is Parul Gupta, your computer science teacher. I welcome you all. I hope you all are fine. So as you all know that students that we have already started with our chapter 2, that is Python revision 2, and we have started with our string in Python, right? And we are discussing about the string operators, right? And in our previous video session we have talked about the string concatenation operator, right? I hope you all remember. I hope you have gone through the video thoroughly. So basically student, in this session also we're going to complete with our string operators, plus we start with our next topic, that is list in Python. Okay, so let's talk about the topics that what we're going to cover in this video session. So let's have a look, children. Yes, so these are the topics that what we are going to cover. The first is completion of strings in Python. As I told you that we have already started with the strings operator, right? So that we're going to complete, and then there are a few functions available in string that we're going to discuss. And the second topic is list in Python. List we have already talked about, but now we are discussing about all these two topics in detail. Clear, children? So let's start with the string operator. So our next string operator is, yes, so this is basically our second string operator, that is replication operator, and the symbol of this replication is this star asterisk sign. Okay, so to use a replicator operator, that is asterisk, we need two operands. replicator operator यूज़ करने के लिए हमें दो ऑपरेंड चाहिए, मीन्स वी नीड टू ऑपरेंड्स फॉर यूजिंग दिस replicator operator. One is number and the second is string. So we require these two types of operand, one is number and the one is string, where string operand tells the string to be replicated and number operand tells the number of time it is to be repeated. Replicated means number of time that string has to be repeated. That is the main role of this replication operator in strings. Okay, just have an example, like here I have written this number and this I have written HA. Okay, although you all know this is the number and this is the string type, and this is the operator I have used, that is replication operator. So what it does, basically 3 times it displays like this way. Okay, this is the role of replication operator. You just need to remember one thing, that in replication operator we need two operands, one is string type operand and the second one is number. So string operand tells the string to be replicated, and number will tell the number of time it has to be repeated. Yes, children? Let's check this practically on machine also. Yes, so you all can see here that I have used the same example, that 3 the number and this that is the string type. Okay, so what it does, I'm getting this 3 times. Okay, as 3 tells the number of times that string has to be repeated in case of string replicator. Clear, children? Yes, so now come to our next, that is membership operators. There are two membership operators for string. Okay, now we are discussing about next operator, that is membership operator. So in string there are two types of membership operator. First is in and second is not in. Okay, in means whether it is there, means it is a part of that string, and not in means it is not a part of that string. Let's discuss these two type of membership operator in brief. Yes, so as written here, that in returns true if a character or a substring exists in given string, otherwise false. Means whatever the string we have taken, suppose if I have taken A, okay, in here. Okay, so whether this A is a character of the string here, yes, as we all can see that A is a part of the string, so it returns the value true. But if this A is not a part of this, then it displays the value that is false. Okay, this happened in case of in. In means that has to be there in that particular string, that character or that substring. Okay, so now what else in what happened in not in? It basically reverse of in. Returns true if a character or a substring doesn't exist in the given string, otherwise false. अगर वो character इसमें exist नहीं करता है तो not in के case में वो value true देगा, और अगर वो exist करता है तो then in case of not in it generates a value false. Clear? Yes, so now I'm going to discuss about the in operator, means membership operator. That is first, that is in. Okay, so first is a in here. So a is a character, whether this a is a part of this string here. So yes, we able to see this a, so the value that it returns is true. If suppose a is not there, then the value that it returns is false. Now comes to the not in, like sub I have declared a variable that is help. So sub not in help. Okay, so means जो sub है that is not in help. Already I have declared that sub contains a value help, so the output I am getting is false. Means in not in, if that character or substring is not a part of string, then it returns the value true. But if it is a part of string, then in that case it returns the value false. That is what we have discussed in our membership operator, that is in and not in. Here children, so now come to our next term, that is comparison operators. Yes, so now we shall discuss about the comparison operators. So comparison means here we are using the logical operators, whether the small a is equal to a, as we all can see that yes, both are equal, so the value it returns is true. Similarly here this character abc, as it is a string, equal to this string abc, as they both are exactly same, so the value it returns is true. Similarly this character a is not equal to abc. Of course this is one single character and this is a sequence of character. Okay, so the single character is not equal to this, so yes, this statement is true, so it returns value that is true. So this capital A is not equal to small a, yes, as it is a case sensitive, of course it is not equal, so the value it returns is again true. Similarly this capital ABC is equal to small abc. No, because it is in uppercase and this is in lowercase, so they both are not equal, so that's why the value it returns is false. Okay, now come to the next, that the small abc not equal to capital ABC. It's true, because that this is in a small case letter and it is in a uppercase letter, and they both are not identical or not equal, so the value it returns is true. Clear? So this is about the comparison operators in a string. Is that clear children? So now come to next term, that is determining ASCII or Unicode value of a string character. Means whatever the string character is there in the Python, if we want to know their ASCII value or Unicode value, so how we will do that? For that also Python offers one function, that built-in function, that is ORD, ordered function, okay, in the parenthesis. So if you are using this function ORD in a ordered function, then it returns the ASCII value of a character. You all know what is the meaning of ASCII. ASCII means American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Means whatever the character you pass inside this particular function, so Python returns its ASCII value. Clear? So in case if we want to know the character at that particular integer value, that also we can do by using this character function. It returns the character corresponding to that ASCII value. Means character function is opposite of ordered function. Okay, ordered function में क्या होगा? Whatever the character you pass inside this function, it return its ASCII value, and this character function, whatever the value you pass inside this character function, it returns the character corresponding to that ASCII value. For example, if I am using ordered and I am putting up here this character alphabet A, so what is its ASCII value? So output I am getting is 65. Clear? Similarly, if I want to know the order or the ASCII value of the small alphabet A, so I am getting the value that is 95. So now if I want to know the character on this place 97, on means the one who is having ASCII value 97, what is the character at this place? So the output I am getting is alphabet A. Okay, so let's check this practically. Like here I have shown that I have used this ordered alphabet A, means I want to know the ASCII value of this character A, so it returns the ASCII value that is 97. So if I want to know the character corresponding to that integer value, let's try that character, then capital A, let's check. Okay, sorry, an integer is required because I have entered the 1 second. Let's mention 98. Okay, so what is the character at this ASCII value? Let's check. So I'm getting this alphabet B. Okay, why I'm getting error over there? Because I passed the character value inside it already. Although in character we have to mention the integer value, then only it returns a character at that particular SKI value. Yes, so now we shall discuss our next topic, that is string slices. String slices. Slices you all know, a piece from a whole, right? So string slices here refers to a part of a string containing some contiguous character from string. So what happened in string slices? It refers to a part of string containing some contiguous character from a string. Like here, this is the syntax for defining the string slices. Suppose I have declared a string of a variable in a variable name, that is name. Means name is a variable that contains a string type value. Okay. So this inside this square bracket I have defined this n colon m. N colon m specifically specifies the range over there. Like name, string name defines the name, that is a variable. N and m are the legal integers and legal indexes. Okay. For example, let's check out the example, then it would be more clear. Like here I have mentioned name equal to hello world. Okay, so let's check its indexing. Okay, so first I have written here HELLO, then space, then WORLD. Now let's do its indexing. 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. This is forward, and if it is backward, then -1 -2 -3, sorry, -1 -2 -3 -4 -5 -6 -8 -9 -10 -11. Clear? So now if the slices is given name 6 colon 10, means जो आपका नंबर आएगा वो इसी रेंज से आएगा 6 से 10. सो चेक करो 6 क्या है. 6 पे मेरा करेक्टर आ रहा है वर्ड, दैट इज माई फर्स्ट स्टार्टिंग, एंड देन 10 इज द एंडिंग, द लास्ट वन दैट इज वर्ल्ड. सो इट गिव्स द आउटपुट वर्ल्ड. ठीक है. इफ आई एम राइटिंग नेम 6 colon, means here the value of n integer is given but m is not given. So it's given, that is 6. So it is the first and then it will take last. Okay, automatically. Then here it's given name 3 colon -2. So 3 is this, right? This is my first value. Okay, and -2 comes here, the last value it takes. Is that clear, children? Means by default it is 9. It takes the last value because it's taking this string indexes from the backward direction. Clear? So like this way you can identify. I'll take one more example to make it more clear. Yes, suppose here I've taken a variable name, that is word, and it stores the value of string type, that is amazing. So let's first of all put the amazing word inside this brackets, and then after that I have did the indexings 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, now the first is word 3 colon. Okay, 3 means starting. Now it takes last, so it gives me the number that is zing, means the characters it takes, that is zing. Then next is word 3 colon, means m integer value is given, means the last value is given but the starting value is missing. So 3, it comes, this is the last one. Okay, so it takes from this one, means this 3, it's the last one, so it takes from this before this 3. So the number or the character I'm getting is AMA. means यहाँ पे क्या है, यहाँ पे मेरे पास n इंटीजर की वैल्यू गिवन है, दैट इज 3. मतलब ये फर्स्ट है जो स्टार्ट हो रहा है और लास्ट यहाँ पे ख़त्म हो जाएगा. और दूसरे करेक्टर में क्या है कि मेरे पास m की वैल्यू गिवन है, मतलब लास्ट वैल्यू गिवन है, तो फर्स्ट नहीं गिवन, तो फर्स्ट ऑटोमेटिकली वो यहाँ से ले लेगा, इससे पहले जितने भी करेक्टर आएंगे उसको वो पिक कर लेगा. सो द करेक्टर आई एम गेटिंग इज AMA. Clear, children? So now let's take this practically on the machine also. Yes, so you all can see here that I have taken the word which stores the string value, that is amazing. Then I have mentioned word 3 colon, so it gets me the value that is zing. And if I am getting word colon 3, so it takes the value AMA. Just now I have shown you. Means whenever you're getting such type of a question, so make sure you have to mention that character like this way, that I have created that boxes, and then first after that you have to mention the address or the location. Okay, forward as well as backward, then only you can identify that how it takes the word in slices form. This is the about the string slices. Clear, children? Let's take one more example with minus sign. Okay, let's take word minus 7 colon. Let's see what we are getting. We are getting is amazing. So you can automatically recognize that minus 1 is G, then minus 2, then minus 3, then minus 4, then minus 5, then minus 6, then minus 7. Means your string starts from A and then it goes till last. So the output we are getting is amazing, the complete word. Clear? So I hope this has been clear to you. Yes, so now we shall discuss one more example. Suppose here I have declared a string that is s equals to, the value I have stored in the this is hello. Okay, now after that I have given the command print s4 colon 8. Although we know that our string, the range of our string indexes is 0 to 4, as you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Means the first value is okay, but the last value is out of the bound. In this one limit, that is 8, is outside the bound, then what value we are getting, what output we are getting, let's check practically on the machine. Yes, so as you can see here that I have typed s equals to hello, so then I have given the command print s4 colon 8, so it returns me the value 0. Why? Because the one limit, that is 8, is outside the bound. So make sure whatever the limit you define, that should be valid. Clear, children? Yes, so now we shall discuss our next term, that is string function. So the function of string, like here I have declared the variable name, that is string str equals to rock the word. So now if I want to know the length of this string, so how can I do that? By using this function string means dot length, then this parenthesis, then we will get the length of the string, and here you have to write the variable that whatever you have declared. Means dot length parenthesis is the function for getting the length of the string, whatever you have declared. Yes, so let's check practically. Suppose I have declared string equals to rock the world. So how can I check the length of the string? By using, as I told you, the length function. So let's check with length str dot length length, then parenthesis, then let's check the output we are getting. Okay, I have to give the value, that what I didn't assign. Yes, so now we shall discuss one more example. Suppose here I have declared a string that is s equals to, the value I have stored in the this is hello. Okay, now after that I have given the command print s4 colon 8. Although we know that our string, the range of our string indexes is 0 to 4, as you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Means the first value is okay, but the last value is out of the bound. In this one limit, that is 8, is outside the bound, then what value we are getting, what output we are getting, let's check practically on the machine. Yes, so as you can see here that I have typed s equals to hello, so then I have given the command print s4 colon 8, so it returns me the value 0. Why? Because the one limit, that is 8, is outside the bound. So make sure whatever the limit you define, that should be valid. Clear, children? Yes, so now we shall discuss our next term, that is string function. So the function of string, like here I have declared the variable name, that is string str equals to rock the word. So now if I want to know the length of this string, so how can I do that? By using this function string means dot length, then this parenthesis, then we will get the length of the string, and here you have to write the variable that whatever you have declared. Means dot length parenthesis is the function for getting the length of the string, whatever you have declared. Yes, so now we shall discuss our Python string methods. There are few string methods are there in Python, that we are going to discuss one by one. The first is capitalize method, and this is the way of writing the capitalize method. What is the role of this capitalize method? It converts the first character to uppercase. You all know the meaning of capitalize. Means what it does, it converts the first character, means whatever the text you have written, it converts the first character to uppercase. I'll show you how. Okay, then after that the second method is find. It searches the string for a specified value and returns the position of where it was found. Means whatever the string we have defined or declared over there. So if we want to know any of the character position, that we can use by using which method? That is find method, and it returns the value, the position where that word was found. Let's check practically. Yes, so as you can see here, that here I have declared the string, that is I love my India. Then I have declared one more variable, that is x, and over there I have used the method that is capitalized. This is the way of defining the method of capitalize. First you have to mention that string, means where you have declared that string type value, and then dot capitalize, and then print x, and then you can see what happened. It converts the first word, as I have written over there I in small, so it converts the first character in uppercase. Okay, now come to the second one, that is find. So here I have written name equal to hello, welcome to my world. Then again I have declared a variable x equals to name dot find. Okay, then mention the word whose position you want to find. So I have mentioned the word welcome, then I have mentioned print x. So then it finds the value where it is stored, that is welcome. So the answer is 7. Clear, children? Yes, so now come to the next method, that is alphanumeric, is ALNUM method. So it returns true value if all characters in a string are alphanumeric. You all know the meaning of alphanumeric, like A, B, C, 1, 2. Alphanumeric means it contains character as well as digit. So is ALNUM returns the true if all the characters in the string are alphanumeric. Then is alpha returns true if all the characters in the string are alphabet. Clear? Means whatever the string you have declared, in that all the characters are in alphabet, then it returns the value true, otherwise it returns the value false. Same is it in here, that if all the characters in a string are alphanumeric, then it returns the value true, and if it is not, then it returns the value false. Similarly, few more methods are there. First is digit returns true if all the characters in the string are digit. Is space returns true if all the characters in the string are white spaces. Is lower returns true if all the characters in the string are lowercase. Is upper returns true if all the characters in the string are uppercase. Is title returns true if string is in a title case. Okay, so let's check all these practically. Yes, so now we shall discuss all the examples one by one. Like here I have declared first string, that is ABC 1 2 3, and then I have used the method is alphanumeric, so it returns the value true, as already the string is in a alphanumeric form. Okay, then comes to the second one, that is string hello, and then after that I have used the method is alpha. Is alpha represent whether all the characters in the string are in alphabet or not. So the value it returns is true, that means all the characters are in alphabets. Okay, then after that I have used string 4 5 6 7, that, and then I have used the method is digit. So as the string contains all the digits, so it returns the value true. Similarly, next I have used the space, and then I have used the method is space, and it returns the value true. Then I have used string hello, as you can see the hello is in a capital letter. So then I have used the method is lower, so it returns false. Why? Because the string is not in a lowercase, it is in a uppercase. Okay, then after that I have used the uppercase, and then it returns the value true, as you can see. And then after that I have used is title, and I have given the text zippy zep. As you can see, it is not in a title, and you all know in English what is title. The first word is capital and rest are in small. So but here all the letters are in small letters, so it returns the value that is false. So these are the few methods of strings which is available, that we have just discussed right now, and few more are there that we discussed. And what I shall suggest you, that please there is a table given in your book, go through that table and learn all the methods. Just you need to know what is the use of that particular method, that if I am using that method, then what it does basically when it processed. Clear? Like one more I can show you, that suppose if I have declared that string 1 equals to hello, Okay, and now I want to convert it into small. So how can I do that? I can mention string 1 dot by using method lower, not is lower, I have used lower. Then it converts the character, means the string, in a lower case. Similarly, I can use the uppercase also. Let's one more, that string equals to my name is Parul. Okay, I want to convert in title. Let's see how can I do that. So let's mention string dot title. So it converts in a title form, that is my name is Parul. So these are the methods that what we have discussed. So what I want from you, that please practice all these topics that whatever we have discussed. After this we have left with one more, that is list. And list we have discussed previously also, and then again we shall discuss once more time. And but what I want from you, that learn all these string methods, whatever is there, the table is given in your book, so please go through that table. Clear, children?